Now, boys and girls, if you have been paying attention to the crypto market, we need to talk. Not only if you're holding on to Dogecoin, but if you're holding on to Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it, XRP, trust me, this video is going to serve you well because there are some critical information that have come out in the last 24 hours, which is definitely going to play a very crucial role before the end of the year, because that's how the crypto market is going to be playing out. Now, keep in mind, 2025 is a very important year for crypto because there's been so many big things that have happened. First of all, Trump getting into the office, he's let out a lot of laws which are in favor of crypto. Secondly, the ETFs slowly starting to be released, not just for Bitcoin, but actually other tokens as well, including Ethereum, XRP. There are some, things which are happening on the back end. At the same time, everyone's waiting for the CPI data to drop, and today it dropped, and let's just say the CPI inflation rises to 2.7, which is below the expectation, but it means the September rate cuts is actually being pumped even higher. And when I say higher, it's surged, the odds have surged to 90% that the US CPI release is going to, cause our boy Powell to reduce the interest rate in September. Now, what happens when the interest rate drops? People like to take their money out of freight currency and put it into riskier assets. And what's, on the headlines all the time right now? And the simple answer is crypto. And that's why a lot of people are very excited in terms of how well the crypto market will perform. Now, if we talk about Dogecoin, well, Dogecoin flashes major breakout at 70 cents, becoming the new target. And let me tell you, there is a lot of analysts which are predicting this. And at the same time, there is a pattern which could even send it to $1 to $2. And currently, the biggest significant support for Bitcoin is actually sitting close to 117,000. And if we're able to hold that, well, a lot of gains are going to be made. And now, before we get into the full details, if you guys are here for the first time, want to stay up to date with everything, you know what to do. Scroll down, tap the red subscribe button for the latest and the greatest news. Also, turn on your notification and drop a like on it. Let's go for a like goal of 27. You know what? I know we've been smashing all the big like goals, but today we're gonna set a smaller one because you guys are legends, and I love you guys so much. Now, let's talk about the price action. Now, you guys know the market in the last 2 hours has been quite, you can say, volatile as compared to what was happening in the last 8 hours. It was pretty much consolidating bang on close to 119,000. But just before the CPI data came out, there was a little bit of a pullback, and then when the CPI data came in favor of crypto, obviously the market started climbed nearly to 119.6. But this is definitely setting the stone for what is about to happen. Now, overall, you need to understand it's a very crazy market, especially how volatile it's been in the last 1 month, and especially seeing that Bitcoin has gone down to untouched territory, which is close to 114,000, and there's no support level there, and it was still able to make a recovery, and only due to Trump actually allowing the retirement plan to be invested in crypto. And therefore, so many different governments have also decided to take the same step. And as those steps are being taken, well, the market is definitely reacting in a positive way. But where are we headed now? Now, 2025 is a very crucial time for crypto, considering the fact this is still the bull market, and there are a lot of analysts, including Michael Saylor, who are predicting that crypto will not be having the winter season this time around, and the cycle idea is now broken. Now, for the people who are new to crypto and don't know what it means by the cycle, well, every single time, every 4 years when the Bitcoin halving event happens, that's when the Bitcoin market, or the crypto market to be more precise, starts climbing very quickly. Other than that, it's pretty much in a sluggish formation. I mean, you can see that 2020, you can see it climbed in 2021, then 2021 end, and the bullish market came to an end. And you can see that the whole of 2022 and 2023, majority of it, the market was in a sluggish area. Now, there's a lot of prediction that that's not going to be repeating. Now, this time around, it's hard to predict, and keep in mind, until the end of 2025, it's very clear that the market will try its hardest to ensure that Bitcoin can, print as many gains as possible before anything is confirmed. And on the other end, the open interest is still holding strong, especially if you just talk about Dogecoin. It's still holding close to 1.7 billion, and the long to the short ratio, well, it's still strongly in favor of long traders. And Bitcoin volatility is collapsing this cycle. Historically, that's when explosive moves happen. And it's true, because every single time you can see that the volatility has come down a significant amount, the market starts climbing very quickly, and then the market becomes more volatile. And this time around, you can see that since June, when the market just been consolidating and it's been very slow, ever since then, well, the volatility has come down and the market is about to go explosive. Now, what direction? That will be a situation we will have to wait and see. And the Norwegian Souvenir Wealth Fund boost Bitcoin exposure 192% to 844 million. Now, this is a big difference. Just to give you an idea, just from like in the last 1 year, that's a lot of money that's actually flowing into Bitcoin from Norway. And that's just one country that we're talking about. And as you know, US is going to allow for more things to happen, there's going to be more money that's going to flow through. And when Bitcoin dips ahead of the CPI or PPI report, it often rallies right after. And that's exactly what we experienced today as well. Now, stablecoins gain critical mass after Genius Act cements the rule, which is just in the last 24 hours, and the banks and the companies rush to register the new coins as they want to ensure that, you know, all the stable coin money that's going to be flowing into crypto, they're going to be getting a piece of that. That's all they are looking for. And Visa sees stablecoin as massively expanding, and it's an opportunity. I mean, the easiest way to see it is Ethereum's market cap has climbed such a significant amount. It's actually beaten MasterCard in terms of market cap. So clearly showing that crypto is coming into the mainstream. And as stablecoins are going to be the most popular, and seeing, you know, ever since the Genius Act, the amount of liquidity that's actually flown into the stablecoin, all of these big companies want to ensure that they're able to be close to it as much as possible. And Dogecoin faces a 30-cent resistance again as long-term channel holds amid the cooling momentum. Yes, the market is cooling off, but at the same time, there is definitely a lot of buying pressure that's actually holding up the market to ensure that it's able to climb when the market slows, you know, or actually becomes more bullish again. And milestone, Bitcoin has not been declared dead in over a year. Now, this is a big deal, just to give you an idea. Every single time there's a bull market, there's going to be a short time where Bitcoin is going to go into a sluggish momentum, which pretty much what we are experiencing right now. And there will be so many different news articles which will be talking about how Bitcoin is pretty much dead. Now it's not making a recovery. This time around, it's a very different story. And we can say the biggest thanks to Trump, to be precise. And Bitcoin price reacts as US CPI for July comes in below expectation. Now keep in mind, if you just look at it from the perspective of crypto market, this is a very good thing, because the CPI data actually coming below expectation is going to allow for much higher chance of the interest rate coming down. And Visa's crypto chief aims to leverage 2 trillion stablecoin era. So you can see that stablecoins are going to be making a dent in the financial system, and therefore crypto is going to do well. Now, everything I said today is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.